Hey Todd,
What?
Todd.
What?
Hey, we really need to record this Q&A. The players are pretty,
Did you tell them about the ice storm?
Yeah, I told them about that.
All right.
Well, that was like 2 weeks ago. I told them about the ice storm.
All right.
And
we just did like 5 new hats. That should keep them busy for a while.
We did do hats, but we also moved. I told them we moved. But
studio move.
That was technically before the ice storm, so.
All right.
Maybe we should just record this.
Yeah. All right. Bring it.
All right. You want questions?
Yeah, I do want.
You want them fast?
I want them like speed round fast.
All right, here we go. This is from. We'll cut that. All right, Kate, this question is from Nomad. Kate, will you marry me? We can have rainbow babies.
I don't even get a ring?
Number 1 is from Jared Rabbit. Are there plans to improve the least used and least effective devices in the game now that you have months of data to mine?
Okay, good question, Jared Rabbit. Yes, seriously, this Q&A is important, so we do want to get to the top questions we can in the video, and afterwards we'll post answers on the forum. So thanks for your patience with this video. Now back to Jared's question. Yeah, in fact, we are really looking seriously at balancing our existing devices. So as we announced on the forums, version 1.4 that we will have on the PTS server this quarter is all about balance of our existing devices. So we've actually saved any new device creation until our expansion that we're calling 1.5. So Coleman, who's our device balance guy, has been looking over data, and we are going to take a look at the underused devices and really try to get them viable again. We won't hit everyone, but we will hit more than 0 in the 1.4 release. So that's the answer.
Hey, Sansa writes, it seems like there is a push to going hands-free. Are you considering phasing out the regular jetpacks? And then she said, please don't, smiley.
Please don't. No, we are not going to phase out the classic jetpacks, but we are encouraging use of the hands-free. As you guys know, we do a lot of playtesting here at the studio, and consistently for new players, the hands-free jetpack has been a lot easier to pick up. And even myself, who was once a juke master with the classic jetpack, has moved over to the hands-free. So we're not going to take it away from anyone, but it has made the gameplay a little more accessible for new players, so we're encouraging the use of the new style.
Dynamite asks, how are those pack rim servers coming along? Can you pinpoint a certain smaller time frame we will see them go live?
Dynamite asks me the same question every week, PM style on the forums, and we do appreciate your patience. Dynamite, you're a great advocate for the pack rim community, and we are really trying to support you guys. We have signed the purchase order for new servers and network infrastructure that will take place, basically be installed on the west coast of the United States. So as we've communicated before, it's really not feasible for us to put servers in Australia at this point, but we do think the west coast servers will deliver better performance. We've signed that purchase order, and they will be in place in the first quarter.
Andrew writes, you initially planned on migrating to a Scaleform based UI. Now that Tribes Universe is going to have Scaleform powered interface since early development, are you planning to backport that to Global Agenda?
Okay, so for those who don't know, Scaleform is a nice, sexy looking UI that comes with the latest Unreal Engine 3 version. And our developers would love to use it. It is a very nice tool. Right now it is not high on the priority list to backport to Global Agenda. It would be quite a bit of work as well as a large download for our users, and really we're focused on delivering new content and gameplay and continued features above of just reskinning the UI. So it would be nice, but it's not a big priority for us. I don't expect it at this point in 1.4 or 1.5.
Solix asks, what are your current plans or thoughts about AVA?
Plans and thoughts for AVA. It's always a hot button topic. So, the Global Agenda team is still very behind the concepts of AVA. AVA delivers a territory-based gameplay. It lets you play with 10 players of your choosing, and it has a fairly unique concept of production on a hexboard map. We know there are exploits that certainly agencies have taken advantage of, and we're committed to trying to solve as many of those as possible. So we believe very much in AVA. Our team is going to be actively playing AVA, AVA. In 1.4, we've identified a few tactical changes that we'll make in AVA that we think we can deliver quickly, and we'll continue to adjust and be responsive based on that. I think, to be honest, between season 3 and the current season, we kind of took our eye off the AVA ball for a while, but we're definitely going to be paying attention to it and being active within those seasons and see what develops.
Louisa asked, will the website get a new redesign?
It's not a super high priority, Louisa. Thanks for the question. We are really, things that are important to us are sharing information about the gameplay, which we're doing through populating sites on a Global Agenda wiki that's been created. Of course, providing information to players about their own statistics, which we announced a recent partnership with Agenda Stats, and Rec does a great job with that. We're going to be continuing to put effort behind the API so players can see how they're doing within the game. And we'll also be doing some investment on further integration with Facebook because, as you guys know, a lot of the way we've spread global agendas through word of mouth, and Facebook's a great platform for that. So we want to encourage people to do things like the Global Agenda page on Facebook and give you guys free stuff if you do that and tell your friends about it. So that's really where more of our investment's going to be planned versus just a reskin of the website.
ZX452, also known as Tracer Willie, asked, will Matrix and Cyberpunk dies actually ever be released as a drop or reward item?
Yes, they've been in the game for a while, but haven't been reward items. This month we're going to be basically allowing both of them as drops in 2 different ways. So we just, a couple days ago, announced our February Make Your Mark event. Duke, that was your idea, I think. It's a great event idea. So you play enough and win enough missions in February, and basically you will, if you win 50 of the qualifying missions, win the Matrix die. And then for those interested in the Cyberpunk die, that's going to be reserved for tournament play. Rec and Hi-Rez will be announcing the details very shortly on the Agenda Stats site, but in general that'll be used as a participation award for folks that are doing tournaments on Agenda Stats playing Global Agenda.
Okay, last question from Voldus. Since no one plays Demolition, would you consider turning it into a more PvE style game type in which each team has a giant, much cooler robot that the opposing team has to kill once in order to win the game? It doesn't even have to be player controlled if the AI and map are done correctly.
Wow. Okay, I do play Demolition from time to time, but it is one of our less played map types. I will definitely admit that, and we recognize that. We've actually, I've asked Coleman to do some experiments and see if there's a new twist that we can take on a gameplay. Duke, maybe you can grab him afterwards and he can fill you in on the details. I'll also say, though, that we're going to be using the public test server in order to test this new gameplay idea quite early, and really that's one of the ways we want to keep working tightly with the Global Agenda community, kind of harkening back to the relationship we had back in alpha and beta. So we're actually going to put things out on public test that may be a little more experimental and ask you guys for your feedback, and we'll be responsive with that feedback and try to not release things until they're ready, but also put things on PTS a little bit early than we might have otherwise. So really look forward to working with you guys on PTS around the Demolition idea as well as other new features.
Okay, Kevin, this question is from Shaquille915. If you had 3 apples and 4 oranges in one hand and 4 apples and 3 oranges in the other hand, what would you have?
Okay, you said 2?
No,
Wait.
three apples. Three.
Oh, wait, that's
three apples. And 4. No, 3. Hey Matt, one of our players, NNNX, asked, hi, what are you working on right now? Oh. Hey Coleman, one of the players, NNNX, asked, hi, what are you working on right now?
Well, hi, NNNX. As Todd said, we've got some cool plans for the Demolition game type that we think will give it a more broad appeal, as well as promote some of the traditional attacker-defender team dynamics and roles that we emphasize so much in Global Agenda. And this new twist takes the original Demolition game type in a more traditional capture-the-flag direction, in which teams must actually infiltrate each other's base to steal the robot and bring it back to theirs. And in addition to the change of game type rules, we're looking at giving the robot a few more tools to have at his disposal, least of which would be some sort of upgraded weapon that has a little more killing power, and possibly a few other tricks up his sleeve as well. But this is something I've been wanting to try out for a long time, and we're hoping you guys will hop in on PTS and play with us and give us your feedback. And if everything goes well and you think it's a good direction, we'll see with these new changes soon. Thanks for listening, and see you on PTS.